Yeah, oh, Prof here. And, well, we got a bit to move before we can get this rocking and rolling, because we got some more home unboxings, first looks, previews. You know, there's the motherboards. No, that's to fix that and fix that. And I gotta move that. Here's the issue. Can't move that because it goes where that is, and that's there because that died. Oh yeah, it's a fun. The circle of life. Yeah. Oh, and there's that now. Oh, all right. Let's put you down so I can get to the area we're gonna use for the video here. All right. Clamp you guys in. Adjusting. Adjust. Oh. I don't know what the heck happened. There we go. There we go. All right. 3 items today. Boom. Boom. You guys know who that is. And boom. You actually know, this is a new place I bought from, but you can probably tell, based on the name, what that is. So, that's what we're doing first, because we can use that. Oh, that was my knee. Oh. Back up there, I say. AtlanticKnife.com. Never heard of them before. They had the best deal on what's in here. We're gonna use our letter opener. You say, "Profosist, that is not a letter opener." Yep, it is now. What? What? Exactly. Just gotta figure out a place to mount it. Mount the. See, this is a letter. It just opened it. You guys don't need the bits and bobs that are in here. I don't think so. I have talked about what is in here in a previous video. We gotta be careful with these rubby bands. If you have Kit Kats or cat kits, they will nom those, and then you gotta pull them out of their stomach, and hopefully you catch it before they actually ingest it completely. Fun times. So, Real Steel, might have heard of them before. Talked about them. Well, I believe I opened up this guy previously on the channel, the Micarta G-Slip. Really like this design. Looks like a foldable steak knife. Oh, one downside of this, and I've talked about it previously. Not EEC safe in most places. Ugh, has that killed you? I don't know why that's so loose. There. I have that tightened down as much as it'll go. Probably because I'm using a GoPro mount to spinny like quarter whatever mount, quarter 20 for cameras, then to a cell phone mount. Yeah. So, what is in here? Real steel. Originally, I bought mine at Knife Center, I think. Might be wrong. I think this one might have been exclusive. This one is a later revision of it. Specifically, the G-Slip Compact. And instead of getting it in micarta, actually I think all the compacts, instead of being in micarta, are in G10. For those that have watched my EDC content, knives, pens, etc., you might be like, I swear I recognize that material. Oh, you do indeed. This is a natural G10 tactile turn bolt. Standard length, the extra thick, and super nice. It's super grippy, super. Well, this is natural G10 here, and I really like the vibe of the micarta. Right. Next on my list is actually what is in here. We got a Manuel. We got a G-Slip compact slip joint VG10. Supposedly, I've seen very good reviews on this. Supposedly, it is actual VG10. G10 handle, and there you go. And it's the natural one. I think they call it Jade for color. It's just natural G10. And the important thing is a 2.99 or 2.95 it lists here. Some other places I saw a 2.99 inch blade length. It is under 3 inches, which is the rule, guys. Not a 3-inch, under 3 inches is what's okay to carry in most places. Whereas this is, I don't know, like a half inch plus over. So you got a really nice, big microfiber with a goober on it. Don't know why it's got a goober. Oh, yep. This is exactly what I wanted. I don't know if you can see that. This looks much more green in most places' photos. But because I knew it was natural G10, look at that. That can now be a carry right there. Beautiful. Beautiful. I don't know, I like the raw materials in many cases more. Like this is, you can get colored micartas. But this is the one. Looks almost like a wood. And in many cases, what is micarta and G10 replacing? Wood. Scale on guns, scale on knives. There you go. Real steel. VG10 it says right there. Same place as on the original. And the Ostap Hell design. So it is much thinner. Much thinner, like this way. I would say this is definitely more of a carry. Like I said, this feels and looks like a steak knife. Length of blade is correct. In your hand, it's got something more substantial. Right? The scales are thicker. Right? Look at the G10 by comparison. There you go. So it's about a ½ inch shorter on either end, is what it seems like. I don't know if that's the exact measurement. You could look that up. Also, this is... I was going to say it's more of a chrome versus like the satin original. Okay, I was lucky. There's no force on that. Still an oversized pivot point there, but it's oversized for the smaller size of the knife. Let's pop out to a 1x here. You know, so for an everyday carry knife, this is much more what I would think of. Is this, like I said, because they need to be sub 3 inches. This thing was pretty darn big when I pulled it out, but like I said, the reason why I originally bought it is it has the like steak knife vibes. There's even somebody in one of the comments or reviews for this that's like, "Yep, anytime we do a cookout, bring this bad boy along." And yes, by the way, people do use pocket knives to eat things with. You shouldn't really be too surprised at that. Just make sure you clean it off, like with anything. And this thing's just beautiful. Not as rough as the micarta. Texture is added into this. I would say it's much more rounded off. This is like just barely rounded off to be like usable, whereas this is much like it's slimmed. Now this one, if I believe, was made after, like this came first, and they made it compact for everyday carry, because like I said, in a lot of places, this is too long. Like the blade length is too long. Also, I learned why there is the 2/3 stop. That is because if you're holding it like this, if you notice, you're not going to get bitten. Like if for some reason pressure lets, like you're cutting and pressure lets off and it does go this way and because remember this is a slip joint, it's not locked, that will not cut you, right? Whereas a normal 50-50, if your hand was up there, like say right here, look, you're still not getting cut. Like, you know, you'd be handling it like this probably, like that. Or maybe even up like this, and see when you put your thumb here, don't do that with a slip joint, by the way. Push here, because it's going to push it closed. You're not going to hit your hand. Whereas a 50-50, most of those blades are going to be like that, and that could come and bite you. Or if it gets closed while your hand's still there, it's going to stop with enough room. So that is why, apparently that's an iconic real steel thing. I found that out while I was watching a video from somebody on YouTube. I was just trying to look up more information on this one. Because originally when the compact came out, as far as I saw, it was exclusive to Real Steel's website. Yeah, in hand as an everyday carry, this feels so much better. Clip is the same clip. So you can probably see that there. I can drill on in with the 2X there. You can see same size clip, which it's a clip I really, really like. It's a nice deep pocket carry. There are a couple that are even deeper because they go above the backstop or like flush with the backstop. But personally, I really like the wire clips, and the fact that this has that nice big one for a nice deep pocket carry. Perfect. This one still has the 2/3, you know, so you don't get yourself chopped up. Let's see here. I would think, yeah, the blade is a little bit thinner as well. So you can see here. See, this one's definitely thinner than this guy. So this thing feels substantial for a slip joint, and that was another thing I saw on videos when I was looking for this one, because this in G10 I believe is available in the full size, but I'm like, if I'm gonna get it, I want it to be the compact, so then I definitely don't have to worry, because you know, in the United States we can go to other states, and just because this is good here doesn't mean this is, you know, drive one state over and that may not be okay. Not that I want to get myself into any of the situations where any of it wouldn't be okay to even be questioned, but you never fucking know, right? Yeah, there's like a goober on this thing. It's on both sides. I don't know. There were definitely fingerprints and thumbprints on this. This may have been a display model for them. It wasn't sharpened, that's for sure. That thing is razor sharp. But you can see somebody was handling it for sure. Just even like opening like this, there were a lot of smudges and stuff like that. But yeah, that's why it does the 2/3, 1/3. So even at work when I handed it to people, they thought it was odd that it opened, because when you initially open it, you expect it to stop there, like that, and it actually stops up there. So you have to open it a little bit further than you expect, and then when you open it all the way, when you close it, it stops sooner than you're expecting. But I've come to like that. I kind of wish more knives had it. And like I said, I basically I liked this one. I saw the steak knifiness of it and was like, must have. Had it on my kind of like wish list until I saw it go on sale. I want to say even for like a couple years, even it was on that list. And then I was like, oh, that's actually really big when I got it in. I didn't realize like on the scale of like the Instagram videos. And yes, the knife websites provide sizes, but like it's all a relative thing. You know what I mean? I'm used to the slip joints being more this size or even smaller. And like I said, a lot of reviewers like that about this because there aren't bigger slip joint knives. And it fills up the hand really freaking nice. I like this thin, long blade. That's just a drop point, a nice drop point blade. Really like them. And then we have this guy that's a little bit thinner for everyday carry. And as you saw, look at that. Beautiful. Matches my G10 tactile turn exactly because they're in the natural color way. So I picked this up from Atlantic Knives for $40. Knife Center was out of stock. That's actually why I ended up going look. Otherwise, I would have bought it from them. Knife Center had it with I think 60. So I think Atlantic Knives had this really on sale. Everybody else was like in the $55 to $65 range for the compact. This guy. And realistically, I would say get the bigger one if you're allowed to have the bigger one. I specifically got the compact because I'm like, well, I already have the big one. Might as well get the compact. Also, the G10 that I really wanted, and it looks way more green in a lot of people's pictures. Hopefully it's not looking green. A very slight tinge of green, but it's natural G10, so it's more of a milky white. If you've seen the tactile turn G10 photos that I have. Yeah, so otherwise if you live in a lot of places require your blade that you carry to not be considered a weapon, it has to be under 3 inches. And it's not written 3 inches, it's written as under 3 inches. That's why this is list. Like I said, a lot of them are at this 2.95 inches, which is 75 millimeters. Remember, I told you it was an exact millimeter of some kind. So, yeah, I like I said, this for an everyday carry feels like a better size. What makes this knife really nice, though, is that it is bigger and longer. But you might not be able to carry this. So if you can't, and you like this really slim, long, classic drop point style, I always think of like the Leak. I think is in this same. For a while there, I feel like knives were going more towards like hunting style or being very thick, and not the kind of thing that I like to use or need to use or anything like that. Or they even get like serrated. A lot of times I have zero use for a serrated blade, and they're like impossible to sharpen. I think it's because that looked cool, and you can buy a serrated blade. And I feel like a lot of people buy knives like this, guys, and never sharpen them. If your blade is dull, sharpen it. You know. Generally speaking, do these get enough use out of me to sharpen them regularly? Nope. I'm going to probably use tactical keychains. Here's my titanium tactical keychains Tuck XL because I'm sick of sharpening things. That's why I switched to utility blades. Flip it around at most, or swap it out at most. So, but for certain things, like I said, I got my my letter opener here. Also, a little bit different of a drop point. I would say that's not like the classic style because it kind of just tapers the whole way. Whereas these two are very much the classic drop point tip, where it's straight, and then a nice little swoop at the end. I don't know. Like I said, I already like this knife. This is just the compact version. I was interested in one that like how did the everyday carry compliant one that they call the compact compare. And originally, only a much more expensive version that I at least saw on Real Steel's website that was like, it was actually listed like for the UK market. Like I said, don't take my word that it's actually UK compliant. They listed, it was hard to find, but that's how I found that it was the compact is what they were talking about, because I remember just seeing it on Real Steel's website as UK compliant. I mean, like I said, I think somebody got arrested for having a spoon and they considered that a weapon, so I don't necessarily wouldn't say that this is UK compliant. And you might say, oh, that was a medium or an incorrect arrest. Okay, if you live in the UK, double check the laws yourself before you take, like whatever from some in the US. But I can tell you, in the US, a lot of places require less than 3 inches to not be considered a weapon. And that is this versus that. And if you can tell, there's a lot more meat on this guy. So, both of them super nice. Like I said, this will be a perfect pairing if I decide I want to use the G10 G10 pen. I now have a matching all natural G10 knife. Like, the proportions on this thing, classy. Like I said, when this one came in, I actually thought it was a bit big. You go back and watch that video if it's up. And I was expecting more something like this originally. But that was, like I said, they put the dimensions out there. I just wasn't paying attention, and I like that it's actually bigger. Just like some say, you know what I mean? Because it's not that common to have a bigger slip joint knife like this. Very grippy with the Micarta VG10 steel, which is, I don't know about this. This was my first thing back into the knives, and you've seen some I gotten some from Tactile Knife Co. that match their pens just because they look beautiful. These I've actually, well, not this one, just came in. We just opened it, but this one regularly actually use. It'll probably get a little bit less use now that I got the old letter opener here from QB Knives. You can go back and check that video out with the Ultim. This one's definitely not going with me to work. Just staying here at home. I just thought I saw it this was actually an ad on Instagram, but saw that, and the image that they used made it look like a letter opener, like how it was sitting on the desk like that next to like something, and I was like, oh, it looks like a freaking letter opener. I'm like, oh well, looks awesome. I love Ultim. If you're like, Micarta G10 Ultim, specifically the amber, like that kind, because they make black and similar variants. For me at least, the classic amber is the way to go. So some people would say, like, this is listed as an everyday carry knife. I couldn't use what they call a fixie, which I was confused because I thought that was a bicycle, like a pedal bicycle. That means a fixed blade, which, you and even when I say a pedal bicycle, like as in a fixie is generally like a single gear, a fixed gear pedal bicycle. So this is the fixie because it's a fixed blade knife, apparently, with a full tang. Maybe not the full tang part, but fixed blade knife. So, alright guys, well, let me know down below, which one would you have? Would you rather have the full-size G-Slip, or would you like to have the G-Slip Compact? All these are available in like different colors and finishes of the Micarta, the G10. I think just random plastic too. They might have some wood ones as well. Like I said, I was specifically looking at what they call the Jade, which is just plain G10 in compact. And I found it. Spent some time the other night. Like it was always on Knife Center, but was out of stock or for order. And I'd rather just buy it from someplace that has it in stock. Atlantic Knives, looked them up on Reddit. Apparently Atlantic Knives has really good reviews, regularly runs really good deals. Like this was a darn good deal. And so I picked it up. Was here within 3 days, I want to say. So thumbs up them. Check them out if you want a smaller place that you want to support. Maybe check out Atlantic Knives. I'm not sponsored by them at any means. Like I said, I just found the cheapest place that actually had it in stock and checked because I'd never heard of them before, and they didn't seem to be like a big name or something. Checked on Reddit, people gave them good reviews, and thumbs up. Came quick, as expected. And people were like, oh, some of you might be like, oh, it had fingerprints on it, which means something like that. Yeah, from what I understand is he goes to knife shows and stuff like that, so it very well could be just like I've been playing with it, you know, like just opening it up, taking a look at it, etc. That happens. That happens. It's got a microfiber. You just wipe it off. So, as always, have a good one. If you want to check out some of the other stuff that we started the video out with, which is, you guys might know what that is, and at least know who that's from. Hopefully you'll see you in the future everyday carry videos, whether it's knives, pens, random pocket tools, and see you in the next one. Peace.